How you doing, legends? Here we are back for another analysis of my team and also the alternates here. And it's been a great week for my squad, slowly bringing down that rank each and every week. We started at 12,000, we've got down to about 7,000, then 4.5 last week, and now 2,200. And was able to bank 2 trades last week for the first time, which was great, and have my best score of the year with 1,120. So left me with a round rank of 1,235 and an overall rank of 2,242. So feel like I'm set up really well this week, and there weren't really many in the team that had a bad week, and that helped with the team making some good cash. And I believe we're just over the 12 million mark now, which is really cool. And if you look at the team as a whole, most of the guys on my bench scored pretty well and are making a little bit of cash. A little bit annoying that we don't have Averillo still, but other than that, the rest of the guys are making some good cash. And we'll start up top with Terps, and he's doing a great job for us and gained over just under 100k now for the squad. Welch has picked up a 52 and a 68, which is amazing work for him over the last 2 weeks. I know a bunch of people would have got rid of him when he picked up his 30, and he's been a lot better since. I don't think he's stopped chasing those players from behind and getting a hand on him or something like that and getting the missed tackles. He's waiting a little bit more on the line and hitting him closer there, which has led him to have some base stats around that 50 over the last couple of weeks, and then got the try as well for 68. So it was really cool with that one there to have him as a bit of a pod now, under 10% ownership and doing well. Watson in the 6th role, please don't worry about him. He'll go back to 13 at some stage and play in the middle and get his tackles and his run meters and tackle breaks there. And hopefully the Knights start to play a bit better, which will help him as well. Crichton, the gun, I think you need him, middle and an edge. Him, Tohu, Fafita, I think is very, very safe in that mid to edge, along with Payne Haas, if you can, bring him in at some stage. The edges, we got Ricky and Fafita. There's talks that Ricky's going to be on the interchange bench this week, and that puts his time in our fantasy teams, maybe cutting it a little bit shorter than we may have thought. So it'd be interesting to see if I actually play him this week. If he's off the bench, I probably will try not to, and probably play Alvaro or something like that. But we'll work that out come team list when they come out. Fafita's doing great for us, and then Halved, Cleary, and Schuster. So I think the cool thing here is you can go with those two, a couple of cheaper halves with a Cleary or something like that. I've got Fogs as well to round out 4 halves there, but they're all scoring really well. And I think, Schuster is someone that I think is definitely a clear must-have. He won't be playing Origin. He's scoring really well on that edge, and even if guys come back, he'll be in the team on one of the edges anyway. He's just too good to leave out of a side that is really struggling. And I think he'll complement Tommy Trob, or Turbo, as I have to say. A few people weren't happy with my Tommy Trob, but he'll complement him well out the back there also. So very helpful there with his scoring. Tommy Opacek with 39, so an average of 37 now over the first 5 games. Really happy with that. Be nice for him to kick on and have a big game, but I don't think he's going to be that type of scorer. So for him, hopefully we can make another 50 or 100k, and post buy rounds, we might be able to get him out for a proper gun center, whoever that's going to be at the time. But happy with him getting 39 in this game, and without having really any attacking stats, just the one line break up the left there. And Joey Manu with a 37. So I brought him in. He's got a 41 and a 37. So nothing crazy. He just hasn't done anything yet. So hopefully over the next few weeks, you can pick up a try or two and start to pick up that average a little bit, especially when you've got guys like Peachy in there who got 69 this week. So that would have been a nice pickup. But as I said, over the long run, Manu is going to be great. In our wing fullbacks, Pap, Laurie, and Roger. So it's good. Roger and Welch being my 2 sort of pod players with Opacek. If those 3 are doing okay, and Manu obviously, if those 4 do okay, then I'll have a pretty good week, because obviously the rest of the guys are very highly owned. So really happy with Roger's efforts, and he's averaging over 50 guys. Everyone's stressed last week. Don't do it. And then our balance on the interchange, so 58, 66, 62, and 51 from Brayley, Fogs, Little, and Walker. So really happy with that. And then Alvaro is making some good cash with a 49. As I said, might have to play him this week. Tessie looks like he might be dropped, but he's someone that you could probably just keep, in case the Broncos are probably going to change their team very regularly. So he could be one that you could keep there. But unfortunately, I don't have any cover in our centre or wing fullback. So interesting. And hopefully I don't have to, once team lists come out, there's none of these guys are out or have any issues. I might be able to hold for a week and see what happens from there. Spencer with 44 just picks up a little bit more cash, which is good. And adds that to his average, which will be good. Hopefully we can get him to about 450 or so before we move on. And then Stefano Tucumano has overtaken Spencer with his price rises. So well done to him. A couple of tries over the few weeks there, and then I picked up a 44, and he's getting more minutes now at around that 41, which is great. So really happy with how the team's set up. It'll be interesting to see if I actually decide to trade this week because other than probably Ricky, the rest of the guys are strong and you can probably keep them. So it'll be interesting what I can do. I've got about 36k remaining. So let me know what you guys think I should do in this team, and we'll move on to the alternates there. All right, so alternates not as good a week. Obviously, still missing a Cleary, which hurts when he keeps getting 90s every week. But Brooksy's still in there getting 55, which is good. Terps up top. Alex Twile got some minutes again, which was ideal. You got Ricky there with 36 as well. Also had Rapana was a bit of a low one, and Teddy as well. So to still score was 1,050, I believe, 1,050. With these types of guys struggling a little bit. Teddy not getting his best, Rapana having a low game when he moved to fullback. I think it's still a decent effort. And to be ranked 2,851, I did lose about 1,000 ranks this week, but I've banked 4 trades so far, and it might be time to start utilizing a few of those. Be interesting one if I can do something with a Ricky. But it's like who would you play up there? Then obviously I can move Crichton down into the edges and play a mid, but I don't think it's worth playing a Tucumanu to try and upgrade Ricky or Brooks to Cleary. It's an interesting one because I couldn't even get that. If I downgraded Ricky to a 240 player, leaves 250 to upgrade Brooks, and you're gonna get one of the guns, but you're looking at more like Cherry Evans level rather than going all the way to the top to Cleary. So it shows that you can still score pretty decent without Cleary. I think you just got to wait for him to score a 60 or something, and that's when this kind of team is going to go nuts. But I did captain Fafita this week, which got me 208 points, and that's kind of what saved me a little bit, making sure I picked the right captaincy option. The other one was Pap, who I was tempted to pick, but ended up 34 points better off with captaining Fafita. So I suppose in terms of this team, I do get to keep Averillo, which is good. He's made about 41k last week. Got Tessie in there, so Tessie could be one to attempt to move on, but it's like who are you going to bring them in for? I don't feel like there's a great deal of cash cows at the moment, so he might be worth holding on to. But this team, I feel like I can make one more improvement somewhere. Obviously in the halves, I'd like to get a gun, whether it be Cleary, and then I have Twile up there as a gun in the mids, which I don't have in the NRL Fantasy Analysis squad, and you've got McCulloch killing it there on the interchange. So, Little could be one to start to upgrade soon when he gets closer to 600 odd thousand. But again, it's probably smart just to keep holding trades while the team's doing fairly well, and then going nuts over the Origin, the buy period there. But that's the teams, guys. That's where we're at the moment. Again, let me know what you think I should do with this team. Obviously, a fairly different squad, and got Momorowski in there, which is good, and hopefully Rapana. It'd be nice for him, I think, to stay on the edge there. I feel like he plays better, scores better, gets more just has more energy on the wing. He was just absolutely gassed on the weekend at fullback when he had to move there. So hopefully they bring in Aikens and Rapana can stay there. But there you go, guys. That's the thoughts on the alternates and my NRL Fantasy Analysis squad. He's finally moved into 2,200 and overtaken the alternates, which is great. But there you go, guys. As I said, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.